Normally when I think of a job interview, it's like, okay, I gotta dress up real spiffy, you know what I'm saying? I go to the place, I answer some stupid fucking questions, and I pretty much bullshit my way through until I get the job, okay? That's what everyone taught me. See, I worked at this fast food establishment, right? And to avoid getting into trouble, I'm just gonna do the same thing all the ones out did and pretty much just make up a name. So, the store we're gonna be talking about is called, Taquito Butt. So, I'm 16 years old, my sophomore year of high school just ended, so I applied to Taquito Butt, because all the other jobs that I applied to were either taking forever or just didn't bother looking at my application, right? You know, Target, Subway, on the surface, they look so much more nicer, much more inviting than Taquito Butt, okay? That place was full of fucking rats and dead fucking animals, okay? But because it was the only place that accepted me at the time, I just said, fuck it, I need a job, okay? So the manager calls me up one day, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, damn, what should I wear, you know? But the dude just says, just wear something nice, you know, it doesn't have to be that fancy, it can be anything. And I'm just like, wait, can I seriously just wear like a flannel and jeans or something? And he says, yes, a flannel is very, very good. I mean, I'm already out here like, okay, that's odd. I thought I had to dress to impress, but I'll take it, okay, sure. So I head over with my flannel and jeans, right? I wait for a bit in the fucking dining hall. Yeah, you know where the customers eat? Yeah, I wait there. Once he finally comes over, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna be ready for these fucking questions, right? Because I had a class in freshman year, which basically just prepared us for like the kind of questions like job interviewers are gonna ask us. I don't know if it's the exact same as like a part-time job, for example, but it was basically just like questions that you would expect, like why did you apply to this business, or like what are your strengths and weaknesses or something. So I'm thinking I have to hone in all that knowledge. I'm ready, let's go. So the dude asks, what time can you work? And I say, weekdays. Can you work late? Maybe. No, not maybe. Yes or no. I need workers that can work late nights. And I said, yeah, I think so. If I can like call my mom, like, yeah, sure. And he's just like, your training begins Monday. That's it? You just need to know like how free I am and then I get the fucking job? It was at that moment I realized why they took my application despite my lack of work experience at the time. It's because they were desperate. So I'm thinking, yes bro, I got the job, I'm set. But little did I know that this manager was a fucking asshole, bro. My first day fucking sucked. So I didn't know much about training and jobs that much, right? I just assumed you were taught the basics one day, and on a later day, that's when you jump into the real action. Something like that, right? But instead, he taught me all the fucking basics in like a short period of time, like 20, 30 minutes at most, and then throws me into a fucking drive-thru and expects me to have like to fucking do all this shit as if I mastered it already, okay? And this dude will yell at me for not knowing shit that he didn't even fucking teach me. He'll be like, Fumbis, when he asks for the sauce, you have to go to this input, and then to put this input, and then fucking shove your fingers up your ass only to activate this code. Come on, man. What are you doing here? And I'm like, you didn't fucking teach me that. You didn't fucking tell me how to fucking prepare for that specific situation. You fucking Mexican. First few days, fucking awful. But as time went on, obviously, I got the hang of things, alright? And I will say, even though my manager was kind of a dickhead, over time, I kind of started to feel like bad for him. On my second day or so, I wasn't really working to his standards. I was still a newbie. He looked me in the eyes and said, look, Fumbis, I know this isn't your dream job. This isn't mine either. But we have to work together on this. And one day on my break, I even heard him talking to like one of his friends about like how he was dissatisfied with his job and his salary. Even though this guy was kind of a fucking jackass, he was only a jackass because he had dreams. He probably wanted to be a doctor. He probably wanted to be a ballerina. Maybe even an actor. But no, instead, he is a sad Mexican man working at the very restaurant, appropriating his culture.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
Alright, let me be straight up. Our customer service was fucking terrible. My coworkers were so insanely impatient. And don't get me wrong, some customers were annoying. But my god, some of the motherfuckers I worked with, they hated orders at the window more than anything in the fucking world, okay? Hitler could be resurrected, America could go to ruins, Velma could be renewed for a second season, and all of this wouldn't compare to you wanting something extra at a fucking window even though you've already ordered at the machine. Now keep this in mind for later, because I'm going to tell you soon why they hated this so much. There was this one guy I worked with, right? We'll just call him Ganondorf, right? And so I take this order from this dude, and he goes to the window and he asks for something else, right? So chances are I probably forgot about it, or it just didn't register in the stupid ass fucking crappy ass fucking $1. So when the guy starts to like raise his voice a little bit, Ganondorf comes in and starts yelling and cursing at them. Literally, they go back and forth while his children are in the back of the seat. I'm like, holy fuck. I am worried that these dudes' days are fucking ruined and these kids are traumatized now, all because of something I probably fucked up on. The only reason they didn't fire him was because he and the manager were like best friends. Same happened with my friend. Like, this one guy at her job was like being weird and creepy, but he and the manager were like roommates, so he still kept the job. That's the thing with some of these managers. As long as the higher-ups don't find out, they don't really have to do like the morally righteous thing. They can literally just do whatever they want with the fucking schedule. I will say, I'm gonna be honest, yo. My customer service was kind of fire. I'm not gonna hold you, alright? While these other fucking coworkers were getting mad and angry over the smallest things, I was always saying, how can I help you today? Oh, my pleasure. I hope you're doing wonderful today. Always giving a good energy, always giving nice fucking compliments to people. I was on top, okay? You can say whatever you want about my work ethic, okay, in the first couple days, but my customer service was always on top. I might as well be working for Chick-fil-A, but unfortunately I couldn't because I didn't meet the homophobic requirements to work at Chick-fil-A, unfortunately. Now, the root of their anger could be attributed to two things. One, they were working at a fast food restaurant. And two, some of the customers were pretty annoying and took their food way too seriously, alright? I'll never forget this day, okay? Let me paint you the picture, okay? Let me tell you a story, right? This guy orders a burrito. He asks for extra tomatoes. I pushed the extra tomatoes input. Unfortunately, the input did not go through and just came out as normal. Later, he comes back with his order and says, there's hardly any tomatoes on here. And I think I intervene by saying, I'm pretty sure the input didn't go through. That's my fault, right? And then the guy just goes on and says, it's not your fault. It's the establishment itself. I've been eating here for over 10 years, but now I'm done. He walks out of the Taco Bell, never to be seen again. As this happens before my eyes, I think to myself, damn, my bad. So yeah, working at this job wasn't the most pleasant thing in the world, but I actually met some pretty cool people. When they weren't stressed out or talking shit about people behind their backs, they were actually pretty cool to talk to. We're just gonna call her Cynthia. She was super chill. She always helped me a lot with work. She was fun to talk to. She had a good energy. And we even talked to each other about current relationships. And she opened up to me about how she was unsatisfied with her boyfriend at the time, you know? That was some nice bonding moment, right? Then we had Ches. Ches was super chill. He smoked and he liked anime. I like this guy. He's cool. There were also other people in my job that I liked, but I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. So these were the two that stood out to me the most. There were some good qualities to working at this job. You know, there were some things that I stayed for. It was pretty nice. But things took a turn for the worse, unfortunately. See, we got a new manager. Actually, no. In my time working, which was a year, we had 3 separate managers, okay? I never talked to the second one. She's whatever. But I fucking hated the third one, okay? More than the first one. Let's call her Bowser. So remember when I said that coworkers hated window orders? This is because of the timer we had, right? So basically, it keeps track of your speed of service. You know, how fast you can get orders out compared to other, like, restaurant locations, right? And there are benefits to being the fastest, okay? At the top of the leaderboard. See, even if our customer service was fucking awful, most people would either just not show up again or just write like one bad Yelp review, okay? We already had some pretty bad reviews, so it wasn't new to us. But the speed of service was a huge deal to Bowser, okay? So everything had to be fast. But another thing was that people were either quitting, getting fired, or transferring pretty fucking often, right? There weren't as many people working per shift, only like 3 or 4 this time. And because of this, it was usually one person doing drive-thru. Usually me, and I had to multitask more frequently than I would before, okay? By taking the order and fucking money, okay? So that, plus higher demand of speed of service, equals me losing my fucking mind. So I don't know if this is like an ADHD thing, but I've learned that I can't focus on 2 things at once if it involves speaking, okay? I can't talk to someone while doing homework that requires critical thinking, and I can't take change while having to memorize one person's dumbass, dog shit, stupid fucking order where he's like, let me take out the onions, but actually add some extra relish and extra ketchup and extra pussy. And the manager would always get on my fucking ass about it. She would always get on everyone's fucking ass about it, okay? Everyone was fucking stressed out and everyone fucking hated her, alright? So after a while, it took a while, and I pushed through, but I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, dog, if this doesn't make you happy, like, just quit. And I'm like, I mean, I love money, but I hate this fucking asshole, so I don't know what to do. But after a while, after some careful thinking, I quit. Simple as that. So what should we take away? And working at a fast food or retail store is really fucking hard, okay? It will piss you off. It will make you uncomfortable. It will stress you out. But money is pretty cool, so I mean, I feel like if you're a young guy in high school, I think getting a job is a pretty good idea. It helps you become more independent and lets you spend money on your own dumbass stupid shit instead of having to beg your parents for them. It's also good if you're not exactly the most wealthy kid and can use a few extra bucks to help your family out, you know? My advice is to try to be pretty selective where you work, because some establishments are more professional than others and some might just kind of screw you over. If you're not the fastest worker, I don't really recommend jobs like Taquito Butt or McDickholes, where you have to worry about like a timer and all that. Just know your first day on the job might be pretty hard depending on where you work, so ask your coworkers for some advice, maybe get into contact with them, ask people who have worked there previously and see what they think. And just remember that even though it's hard at first, you'll eventually get the hang of it and you'll have that sweet, sweet paycheck by the end, and that's all that matters. What the fuck? $50?